Good morning. Do you remember 2021? Remember it? It was a year to forget. First of all, did you all get that vibrant interfaith newsletter in your email? Did you get it, this PDF of this wonderful thing that Heidi put out? Colorful. The word I came up with was vibrant, because the whole thing just vibrated all the way down. I thought, yes, this is what we're about. Well, if you had spent several hours going through all the newsletters of 2021, you would be absolutely amazed at the change. You know, I feel like 2021 was the year of clawing back. And that was definitely exemplified in the newsletters. There wasn't a lot that happened. I don't have a long list like other people have. Managed to scrape out a few events, so I'll go through those. First of all, ongoing was the spiritual support team in case anybody was feeling especially depressed and needed someone to talk to. We were there for them. And then in March, we had a workshop experiencing spirituality through service. And that was by, I believe, Paulette Stansel. In April, we had basic flower arranging, Lori Kinnear and Dawn Swartz. Also in April, Don Sima and Shannon Plummer gave I think a talk on the poetry of life. It was a singing talk here in the center. And in May, Mark and Roberta Maxwell, a sacred sound journey. Then in June, Don Sima and Shannon Plummer came back and did a concert, Where the Light Gets In. The summer was a bit sad. We said goodbye to several people. In June, Larry Toth passed away on the 17th with a service on August 14th. In August, Frances Petratus' memorial service was held at Lori Kinnear's, and her interment took place there. In September, Don Allen passed away. Also in September, Cafe 704 returned full blast with performance by Path. It was kind of the resurrection of that event, which was mostly on Zoom up till then. Halloween was a good weekend. On the 30th, there was a Halloween kids party in the parking lot. And on the 31st, we all came to the service in costume. And I gave a talk on everyday magic, and then we had a dance in the parking lot, set up and organized by Bob Hopkins. It was kind of fun. In November, we stuffed holiday mugs with Christmas goodies to sell. We had a Christmas Eve candlelight service. We had a solstice service with Layla. And on the 26th, we had a seasonal message through music with Katie Geddes and David Vaughn. Special guest speakers. January, Lucinda Kurtz, The Jewish Calendar, a roadmap for healing and transformation. Rainbow Eagle, Native American prophecy, where and how we go from here. And Laz Slomovitz, We Are All Connected, doing one of his wonderful musical presentations. February, Ali Hussein, The Sacredness of Our Personal Unfolding, and Imam Kamau Ayubi. In May, Mara Evenstar talked about encountering the faces of the beloved, and Ali Hussein was back speaking of the art in memoirs, following the traces of our creative source. I believe he brought a book of his poetry to sell. It was just, it's a wonderful document. In June, Imam Kamau Ayubi came back. We like to have him here, don't we? In July, we had an unusual presentation by Destiny Mohammed, a singer who also, I believe, she gave the talk, she did the whole thing, just sang and gave the message. In August, Trevor Eller spoke about the introduction to the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, and Kashi Walters spoke also, probably the beginning of her talks here that we so enjoy. In September, we did the annual Gathering of the Waters. In November, we had a Thanksgiving service on Zoom. And in December, Layla did a solstice service, and we had the Burning Bowl. That was basically the year. Not very much. This happens every once in a while. The Interfaith Inspirer, which is the newsletter, we had very few things, but monthly we had Annie's Ministerial Miscellaneous, always there, a small paragraph urging us on to better living and giving us hope for the future. Thank you, Annie. Peggy Riversinger had conversations with the White House, with Oak Island, Nova Scotia, with coffee, with COVID-19, with a groundhog, with bamboo, starseeds, the elephants of Reteti, which is an elephant sanctuary in Kenya, and Reiki. Every month, there's Peggy. And up until June, Bob Hopkins was writing his 16-part series on the construction of a prayer, and that ended in June. Then the newsletter got really sparse. Board members at the beginning of the year were Mary Clark, Vicki Davenich, Eric Nowakowski, Donald Prevost Hart, Pat Root, Mary Alice Truitt, and Tracy Worcester. In April, Eric and Tracy cycled off, and John Lang and Paulette Stenzel joined. So we were mostly on Zoom during that year. Service leaders were here in person through May, and we started opening up the center to a few people coming in June. And slowly but steadily, we clawed our way back, always masked. And more people started showing up in person, and that took us to the end of 2021, thank goodness.